When the Miami Heat acquired Norman Powell, they equipped head coach Erik Spoelstra with one of the most efficient scorers in the NBA. Powell turns touches into points at an unrivaled rate and shoots the lights out in virtually every respect. For a Heat team that lacks a superstar scorer until Bam Adebayo or Tyler Herro prove otherwise, Powell's league-leading touch-to-point ratio will be essential. Powell finished the 2024-25 season ranked number 1 in the NBA in points per touch by a massive margin. Powell checked in at .509 points per touch, with Memphis Grizzlies star Jaren Jackson Jr. ranking second at a distant .460. Considering Jackson is a 6 feet 10 inches and 242-pound big and Powell is a 6 feet 4 inches and 215-pound wing, the margin is even crazier to consider. Powell's uncanny ability to turn offensive possessions into points is exactly what Miami needs. Adebayo and Herro are productive scorers with skill to be commended, but neither ranked in the top 15 in the NBA in points per game last season. Powell may not change that fact, but his ability to generate offense at a league-leading clip on a per-touch basis could prove invaluable within Spoelstra's system. Norman Powell led NBA in points per touch by a wide margin in 2024-25. Powell finished the 2024-25 season at 21.8 points per game on .484/.418/.804 shooting. He's averaged at least 17.0 points per game in 4 of the past 5 seasons, managing that steady line of production with 3 different franchises, a promising sign for how his game can translate to Miami. One of the driving forces behind Powell's success was his elite ability to work without the ball and convert catch-and-shoot opportunities. Powell buried 45.2% of his catch-and-shoot three-point field goals in 2024-25, which is especially impressive considering he attempted 4.0 per game. Among players who attempted at least 4.0 catch-and-shoot three-point field goals per contest, only Kevin Durant and Isaiah Joe converted a higher percentage than Powell. Not to be confused with a one-dimensional sharpshooter, Powell also shot 37.8% on 3.1 pull-up three-point field goal attempts per game. Furthermore, Powell shot 42.6% on above-the-break threes and 39.4% on corner threes, thus further establishing his versatility as a shooter. He also shot 56.5% on driving layups and utilized an effective floater to constantly keep bigs on their heels. In all, Powell averaged 9.6 drives and 7.0 points via drives per game, shooting 50.9%. That mark of 7.0 would have ranked number 2 on the Heat, behind only Herro. Regardless of what position Powell was put in, he turned offensive opportunities into efficient attempts at putting points on the board. That unrivaled efficiency in points per touch makes him the perfect fit for an offense that projects to be built around a pair of all-stars in Adebayo and Herro. Patience will be essential as Powell develops chemistry with his new teammates, but he's already proven to be a reliable source of offense at multiple stops. The Miami Heat continue to sculpt their roster with a keen eye for talent, bringing in a promising forward from Temple University to enhance their rotation. In a strategic move announced by the team, they have signed Steve Settle III, creating space by waiving Gabe Madsen, a member of their preseason lineup. New addition to the roster. On Tuesday, the Heat's public relations team confirmed the signing, stating, "Your Miami Heat announced today that they have signed forward Steve Settle III." While the details of the contract remain under wraps due to club policy, the implications of this move are evident. Settle III made a significant impact during his time at Temple, starting in all 31 games last season. He averaged 12.6 points, 6.2 rebounds, 1.7 assists, and demonstrated defensive prowess with averages of 1.0 steal and 1.0 block per game. His efficiency was notable as well, shooting 47.8% from the field, 41.6% from beyond the arc, and 73.6% from the free throw line over an average of 33.2 minutes per game. Parting ways with Madsen. In contrast, Gabe Madsen's brief tenure with the Heat came to an end after appearing in just 2 preseason games. During that time, he logged a total of 9 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Madsen, a standout from the University of Utah, leaves behind a legacy as the school's all-time leader in three-pointers made, with 315 total. While the decision to release Madsen may evoke some disappointment, the potential of Settle 3 presents an intriguing opportunity for the Heat. Settle's unique skill set. Standing at 6'10", Settle 3's versatility could prove invaluable. His shooting ability, particularly from three-point range, positions him as a significant offensive threat. With a remarkable 41.6% shooting from deep on 3.6 attempts during his senior season, he brings crucial spacing to the floor. Moreover, Settle 3's solid defensive metrics, highlighted by a defensive box plus-minus of 0.6, suggest that head coach Erik Spoelstra may find ways to harness his unique blend of length and mobility. Settle's ability to handle the ball and score effectively from various positions on the court only adds to his appeal as a fresh addition to Miami's roster. The Heat's bold move reflects their ongoing commitment to developing talent that fits their competitive ethos. As the season approaches, all eyes will be on how Settle 3 integrates into Miami's system and contributes to their pursuit of success. For months, Miami Heat fans have been hearing rumblings about how a potential trade pursuit of Atlanta Hawks star Trae Young could be in the realm of possibility. On Tuesday, the point guard has seemingly managed to turn up the volume of such chatter as we head into the regular season. In this online era of the 21st century, it's common practice for players to air out their grievances on social media. Young appeared to have done just that via his personal X account, as he posted a simple yet thought-provoking three-word message that should have Miami and, frankly, the rest of the league tuning in. It's just business, faced with tears of joy. Trae Young. Trae Young voicing frustration's good news for potential Heat trade. Throughout the offseason, there have been rumblings about how Young has been disappointed that the Hawks have not offered him a contract extension as he heads into the final fully guaranteed year of his current deal. While his post is a tad vague, one can easily infer his message suggests that, now roughly 1 week out from season's tip-off, he's still quite unhappy with how things stand between him and the organization. On the one hand, some could look at this as Young simply putting the pressure on the club to come to the table with some sort of long-term extension offer, which would be somewhere in the 4-year, $229 million range. On the other hand, however, this could be a sign that the point guard's patience is on the verge of running out, which, in turn, could then be followed by a request to be moved. A trade demand by Young would only help the Heat in negotiations, especially if he pinpoints South Beach as a preferred destination, as Atlanta would lose significant leverage. In a league-wide sweepstakes, Miami would be restricted on account of the fact that they have a severely limited draft pick collection at their disposal. However, if Young were to create a small wish list of potential landing spots that includes the Heat, Pat Riley may be able to entice the seemingly improved Hawks with a package more centered around ready-made talents who can impact winning in the now. In the past, names like Norman Powell and even Tyler Herro have been tabbed as possible options to offload, both of whom are players Atlanta would presumably covet in return. As we inch closer to the start of the 2025-26 regular season, it will be worth it for the contention-hungry Heat to monitor any and every bit of noise coming out of Atlanta regarding their All-NBA centerpiece.